on out here tonight. It's your boy James, Mr. Five Star himself. I am here tonight, kicking off the podcast. Our Low is en route. He'll be joining us momentarily. But in the meantime, we also starting off with two champions sitting over here. We got my boy Trey from Full Four Outlaws,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and then we got Saint over there with him. What up, what up? So we'll be diving into their portion of the show in a little while. But as you know, we always open up the show talking about uh, some of the real world issues that affect us outside of flag football. Uh, I guess the first thing I wanted to talk about was this government shutdown and how it has affected people's health care as well as their SNAP recipients. Tomorrow is the day that SNAP is supposed to hit for a lot of people. And unfortunately, some people won't be getting their assistance that's needed. All because the Republicans are trying to force the Democrats to sign a bill that will repeal Obamacare and put their horrible health care in place. And the Democrats are holding firm, refusing to do it. And so Trump has tried to keep the government shut down as a tactic. Personally, you know, I'm in support of the Democrats. Continue to hold out because what the health care bill that Trump has in place will be way worse than any health care measures that's ever been in place before. So stand fast, don't agree to it, and just continue so that at the end of the day, people can see this is what the Republicans are doing, not the Democrats. Have you heard about the shutdown and the benefits that the people will be losing?
Yeah. Yes.
What do y'all think
Definitely
about
heard
that? What do y'all think about that? I got talking to Mike.
I think it's messed up because for the families that do need it out here, it is hard.
They can't hear you.
I said, I feel like it is messed up for the families that's out there that need that type of support. You got children that out here that need that rely on that every day. So I feel like it's messed up. Who next?
Not to piggyback off Trey, but yeah. So it's already a crazy economy, cutting out people's stamps and stuff like that. Some people don't know where to turn next.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, Trump is just an idiot. Did you see the totally different stuff? But Dwayne, did you see the post he made about the World Series and how he wasn't going to invite whoever won? He wasn't going to invite either one of them because both organizations are ran by kooks that he don't approve of.
No.
Yeah, he's an idiot. He's
I ain't
he's
see that.
he's a straight idiot. But
World Series been good though, by the way.
it has. Who you rooting for?
The Dodgers, man. The Dodgers.
The Dodgers.
They
Okay.
got to do it. They got to
Okay.
do it.
That's what's up.
USA.
Um,
Straight up.
well, I mean, yeah, USA, but I mean, it's Canada. We can root for Canada. That's not one of the places we object against. Another thing that came out recently, Dwayne, is that Kamala Harris has released her book called 107 Days. Detailing, 107 days indicate how long she had to campaign and run for the presidency.
So she talking about something that she knew it was never gonna work?
Well, in the book, she talks about, well, I haven't seen the book, but what I have seen is that now that the book has been released, she's doing a lot of interviews, podcasts, and late night talk shows. And some of the things that she's been talking about is that how she did not feel she received the support from the administration that was in place.
No.
Um,
I mean, with the 107 days to go to the election, how could you expect them to? I mean, that's just being honest. Like,
mm,
saying you only giving me 107 days to run, that means up until that 107 days, they was planning on what?
That's really a short time
It's a short
too.
time, man.
Well,
That's a
Barely
short
less than
time.
over 3 months.
Facts.
I mean, yeah, it is, but quite honestly, we knew he should have been stepped down. But I'm just saying, but once it was,
My thing is, and I don't mean no harm, man, and just people. He is the only person that could have beat Trump. He's already beat him. Let him run again, and then let him step down like he would have stepped down like
Dwayne, he could not beat Trump. The man was incompetent. That's why you haven't seen him since then.
So let me say this.
He was not mentally able to do it.
The reason why Trump won
Hold on.
based off of what
Don't be grabbing more than you're supposed to.
based off of what happened was the number of people who came and Joe Biden did not have them low numbers, man. So he would have won, man.
Again, Dwayne, he was incompetent. He was falling apart mentally. He was not going to
That's a
win.
personal opinion. That's not what white people think.
Whatever. That's a fact.
White people, they voted for him last time.
B-
Why would they not vote for him this time?
Because we would have saw in the rest of the thing that he was no longer mentally able to do it. Just as kind of sort of the things we're seeing from Trump now.
So what I'm telling you is, if he was mentally unable to do it, would he not have turned it over if he won?
I don't think he would have gotten to that point.
Let's just say hypothetically, because you don't. Neither one of them.
Well, he didn't do it then. He was mentally, he was falling apart at that point, and they almost basically had to force him. But nonetheless, but the book, and she was saying that on one of her last debates, she was in the dressing room about to go out to debate Trump, and she got a call from Joe Biden. And so she was thinking that, of course, Biden and Hillary are both debated Trump before. So you would think that in that moment you're going to call, give some words of encouragement,
Some support,
tell
bro.
us about support, what to do. But instead, she says he called her to tell her about people in his staff has heard that she was talking about him. Like, why would you call her at that moment in time, right as she was about to go debate, to talk about, I heard you was talking about me?
Yeah. Done threw a whole
What?
speech off for real with that one.
No, exactly the
She
point.
in her
That's
head at
exactly
that
what she
point.
said.
She
That's
thinking
what she
about
was
that.
thinking about versus debating
Yeah.
him.
She ain't
That's
thinking
not the
about that
time to
debate
call.
no more. Cause she thinking whatever she
But
say,
it's
they
not even
already
that she
know.
was,
Like,
I don't think there was any evidence to prove that she was, but whether she was or she wasn't, you don't call at that moment in time.
Burn this book. This book should burn. This book shows that she's weak and that she.
No, but all this book shows is that you didn't like her and you ain't vote for her. We can see that. But everything that she
Shawty
said,
got the vote. No, that ain't.
No.
That ain't.
I definitely. I'm just telling you.
but everything that she said that
I was
she's
damn
been
mad my
saying,
vote ain't
I've
count.
not found any disagreements with it. I believe that, and she said that once they would named her the candidate, that him nor his resources supported her or did anything to support her. And it's like, and then even kind of spoke out against her. So, but then she also said, the other thing that I found interesting, she said that Trump got in public and just lambasted her and talked about her in 11 different ways. But she said that's not what he said to her when he called her on the phone and had personal, private conversations. That he was very supportive of her and talked about how good some of her programs and policies was. So,
Sound like a wolf in a sheep game.
well, we know that's exactly what he is.
And the only way you're gonna be the wolf is you gotta be a wolf.
She also mentioned that she didn't have enough time to strategize
That was a bar.
and come
That
back.
was a bar. Ooh,
Okay.
that was a bar.
Okay.
Are you referencing that to this weekend?
I was just making a comment on his.
Oh. Because, we got a wolf playing this week. I ain't know.
But he just dropped the bar right there. He just dropped the bar right there.
Hey.
But, so I just feel like, I agree. I watched it play out. We all watched it play out. He did not they did not give her the support that she deserved from the position that she was coming from.
On the outside looking in, would you have thought that? That
Yeah.
she was getting the support?
Because
that
at
she
no
not getting
point
support.
I felt like she wasn't getting support because at no point did we see her come out to endorse her, speak on her behalf, or speak good of her, like what all the other presidents do.
Yeah. I see
So
what
that
you're
let me know that there was something going on because I think we knew he really did not want to step down. So he left her out there to hang.
And that part I think is true. That, I think he got in his feelings.
Yes.
He got
Very
in his
much so.
feelings. And at the end of the day, he felt like they backstabbed him. So for him to make these comments, and I ain't heard, you talked about this earlier. I hadn't heard this stuff about the book yet, so I got to do some research on it. But I could see where backstabbing was in play. That's how he felt. So it's interesting.
Very much so. Very much so. But moving right along, that was really all I had to talk about today. Did you want to add anything to it? Or?
No, that was good. Two good topics there. Unfortunate where the government's at, man. This SNAP thing is definitely gonna be interesting to see how it plays out for sure. But it's gonna hurt other people. Mute that. It's gonna hurt other people that they don't think it's gonna hurt.
Listen,
So-
it always does, right?
Yeah, so that will let you know how far it's gonna get when those people start screaming the blues. They don't care about us, our folks screaming the blues, but when the other side starts screaming, that one is gonna get real interesting.
And one positive thing that has come up so far is that I was just mentioning this to you is that they did a vote to strip him of his executive tariff powers. And they won it because Republicans came over across the party lines and voted with the Democrats to strip him of that. So he'll no longer be able to have executive privilege to throw those tariffs out there, which is a major win. A major win because it's hurting everybody. But of course, like you just
Talking
said,
about stripping Trump.
yeah, he can't do any more executive orders to make these tariffs. But like Lo just said, it's now hurting his people.
That's correct.
That's why they crossed the party line.
That's the only reason.
That's the only reason. And so
That's what it takes.
that
Them folks say y'all want to throw fire, we gonna throw some more gasoline on the fire.
Yeah. When it affects them, it's gonna change things, man. That's the only way. That's the only way it works. You know what I mean? But so it's gonna be the same thing on this other end. So we'll see how far this goes. But the thing about what Trump is doing, if you saw his press conference the other day, he's using this time to kill a lot of Democratic programs.
the way
and-
he
and-
said it,
Oh,
though,
he said it with
Angelo,
his chest.
he said, "I'm going to
Said it with his chest.
destroy every program that the Democrats had that we don't like and replace them with our programs because we think they work." And he said they're going to go away and they're never going to come back. That was exactly what he said.
Exactly what he said. And so, those programs are all going to be ones that benefit folks look like us. Just so we know that. You know what I mean? That's the ones you're going to destroy.
Which goes back to what I said and consistently say, vote. Your vote in the midterms matter. That is the only way what he just said won't come true.
Right.
Because the only way they won't come back is if we don't get in power. And if you go out and exercise your right to vote, we can stop that.
Yeah.
But moving right along, I think I can go ahead and cut the camera off now. I've been watching the kids. I've been giving, Mr. James.
I would take it more than what
We
he-
Yeah, I heard that. I heard over there.
Listen, so I was doing the trick or treating, giving out the candy. I decorated quite a bit, so I had to come here. So I left out on the porch, but I put it right in front of the camera so that I could look at them.
Hilarious.
And when I see them grabbing more than what they're supposed to, I can tell them. Signs say don't take more than you're supposed to take.
Yeah.
Then they go drop them down and run. Oh, we see us. Yeah, I see you.
I see you. That's funny.
But so we had playoffs this weekend. We had championships this weekend. We crowned two new champions. Well, two new for this season champions. Let's say that. And so since we have two of those people here with us now, let's go ahead and walk that path down to get to that result and then figure out what took place. So we opened up the day with United at Georgia Elite in the play-in game. That
was interesting.
Yeah, I actually stood on the field for that. I watched it. There was some. Not only was the play interesting, there was some interesting calls in there too that made me go ahead and scurry back up to the top, so I wouldn't have to be around. But Georgia Elite prevailed in that matchup, 16-3. I think what has continued to bite United in the face when they've struggled is the lack of a main quarterback versus, how they in the NFL they have running back committee. United sometimes have quarterback committee, and I don't think that's the position that can be rotated in and out so easily as the other ones. But Georgia Elite took advantage of that. Zay kind of sort of put the nail in the coffin when he did that pick six.
Yeah, that boy slid on that one.
Flew. I mean, he ran like, they back in the day, like he just hit the lottery and he was running away from the beggars.
Somebody was chasing him.
Listen, they was like, let me get my piece. But shout out to Zay for that. And so Elite took that one, went 16-3. They advanced over to face New Jack in that opening round. It wasn't as bad of a beatdown as you might have expected. I mean, it wasn't a beatdown. It was a close game until mistakes were made. New Jack won that one 18-8. But that was
mistakes.
That touchdown at the end, ran it up, but it could have went a different way without the mistakes. Not saying, but that's what happened on that one. Then the next one on the other field, Trey, you were playing Angelo.
Great battle.
Really?
Always a great battle.
Well, I mean, I don't know that this score reflects that this was a great battle.
Score ain't always going to reflect.
Is this a great battle, or
go.
this is a great way to ease the pain?
Great battle, great battle.
What you see in this one? Do you remember this one, Saint?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened over in that one?
They just ain't show up for real.
There we go.
Shotwave a lot better than where they are, than what they displayed, but they just ain't show up.
Exactly. Okay, see, that's more real. Not no great battle, Trey.
I'm saying it was.
I ain't asking you to pour salt in the wound, but let's just not
that's the other portion
fluff this
of
situation.
How I felt about it.
Angela, what happened?
I think it's I think two things can be right, and I think what they both said was correct. I think the battle, the game. I don't know if I call it a battle though, but the game was it flipped quick, right? It flipped quick. I do think a lot of people didn't show up in terms of our players. Certain personnel definitely didn't show up. Some of them didn't show up, and we didn't know they weren't showing up till kickoff.
Dang.
Like
this playoffs that we talking about. This championship.
Not just the playoffs, Trey, but the playoffs that we've known about the weekend of the playoffs.
Right.
Before the season started. And even though it got changed 1 week, you still knew about it a long time ago. So that's a whole other conversation, man. But it just changed quick, man. We came out getting shorthanded, but we made a great stop on defense. I think they went 3 and out. They punted the ball, and 2 plays in, man, that dude over there to your right, who's always doggone, I always call him a freaking ball hawk, and he was yet again a ball hawk. Ball tipped in the air. Next thing you know,
go find it.
He flipping in the end zone. You know what I mean? We get the ball back, and they stopped us, and we didn't have to punt to them, which we shouldn't have punted because they ended up returning the jump further than where we punted to.
And I seen
You know what I mean? We literally had
That punt team was undisciplined.
Oh man,
That punt team
it was beyond undisciplined. It was the point of I literally counted 5 people.
I was just watching.
Stopped.
I seen that. Yeah,
Bruh.
I seen that.
By the time when that punter turn guy caught the ball, 5 people had already stopped. No one even got close to him. He was already 15 yards down the field before anybody got close to him. Really didn't get close to him. He got close to them.
Yeah.
Real talk. You know what I mean? It was like, what are y'all doing?
Seeing that on the film, I said, these boys just watching football.
They just watching.
Wow.
This is real. So they returned the ball, and and Amos had talked, I guess, a little bit to the quarterback first drive. So they decided they were gonna put Trey on him and try him. And he was in great position. To Amos' credit, he was in great position. Trey just, you just can't play jump ball with dudes like this, man. I've told Trey a long time ago, man. Trey is an absolute dog in this flag football game, man. He's a real dog, man. And one-on-one, he gonna win majority of those battles, and he did. And then not only did he catch a touchdown on the James, he went and kicked the extra point. This dude, Trey accounted for 14 points before we blinked.
Man, by myself. Shout out to my team, but put the kick on me.
Hey, he literally accounted for 14 points, man, before we blinked.
Wow.
So, hey, man, at that point, you playing from behind, man. So, it was but hey, they did what they supposed to do. We make no excuses, you know what I mean? And I told my team at the end of the game, I said, you know what, man, this was a case of you are what your record says you are. That's what it was. We came in there 5-5, and we went out like a 5-5 team supposed to. We got blasted. So, shout out to 4-4, man. They did what they supposed to do, period. Make no excuses. Except my player didn't show up, but y'all know y'all, man. You know what I mean? You don't show up for the playoffs, man. Come on, man.
Especially playing for a coach like you, like.
That junk crazy.
That's
man.
the least you get do.
Yeah, that junk crazy, man. But
Okay. So yeah, so 28-zip was the final score in that game. So that's why
we
I
ain't
was
even threatened.
questioning the great battle comment.
A great battle.
I don't know about that one, but 28-0.
Always.
Then on the other side, I went out of order. Oh,
I'm glad we got it out the way, though.
Right.
So those were our 10 o'clock games. In our 9 o'clock matchups, we had Georgia Smoke taking on Rare Form. Georgia Smoke.
Rare Form was indeed
in rare form. On
Sunday.
That was a good game.
I don't know that I would say that either. Trey got an imaginative way of remembering the games. But Rare Form came in as the number 3 seed. Rare Form came in limping. I'm going to say limping.
Why would you say limping?
No, not limping, but they made their way from out of the playoffs into the playoffs and then maneuvered some position to get up. So, they came in. I guess that's not limping. That's actually coming in strong. But
still coming
with
in strong.
Georgia Smoke being, at the top most of the season and stayed at the top, it was going to be an uphill battle for Rare Form. Mm-hmm. And it proved to be an uphill battle for Rare Form because Georgia Smoke held Rare Form scoreless the whole game.
Definitely did.
Rare Form couldn't.
That's why it's Rare Form. You only gonna see it once.
And they held them scoreless, and and then for 59 minutes and probably about 50 seconds. And then on the last play of the game, when all desperation, KJ, a 1K dropped back and just threw a Hail Mary, Drew Pearson won on the other side of that Hail Mary. And Captain America won't throwing it. But their best player went up and came down with it with no time left on the clock.
He's definitely the best.
Kicks the extra point, and Rare Form won that game 7-6.
Yeah.
So that's what I don't know about a great battle, but it was a great comeback.
No, that was a battle. I think that was an accurate word.
No, that was a
battle.
battle.
Okay.
That was a battle.
Because
Okay.
at certain points, I did think Smoke was going to punch it in and get that offense right, but
Smoke be playing with their food.
Rare Form.
Okay.
They got to capitalize when the moment's there. They be bullshitting. That's it.
Okay. That's a good way to describe it, I guess. And then in the other game, we had. This was, I think, was a good battle now. LOZ at Outsiders.
Okay.
You know, I felt like the game could have went either way. You know, LOZ coming in with one of their best records thus far at 7-3.
Yeah.
Outsiders were the underdogs in this one. LOZ was the 4 seed. Outsiders was behind them, a game behind as the 5 seed. You know, LOZ had their new quarterback and, you know, showing off a lot of things this season that they hadn't been able to, you know, accomplish in the previous season. So, you know, this was a good back and forth game.
I like LOZ this season.
I did.
You had to. You know what I mean?
They showed up.
You had
I
to.
like them.
And again, it's one of those things where it shows in flag football how important the quarterback position is.
Important.
That's for sure.
And if you got a real
That's
quarterback,
turned
you
around
can
fast.
fast. You can, Dwayne.
Can you open the door?
It shows you the importance of a quarterback, man, and how, you know, it's just critical in flag football if you want success.
Mm-hmm.
And they look like a completely different team.
They had more energy. They
Yeah.
knew they had that security at quarterback. So
It's real different stepping out there on the field with a quarterback. You know who going
He can
do his
do
thing.
everything you've
Different.
wanted to do.
Yeah.
He's been able to do it. The only thing that I would, if there was any flaw that I've seen from his game, would be sometimes he tends to force the ball, and you know sometimes it can cost him.
But again, that's his game. though.
Other than that, that's what I'm saying. That's the
that's
only
just
thing
on
I've
the
ever
player.
seen.
Yeah.
But he definitely, you know, if we gave out awards, well, you know what? I'm gonna give you an award right now. It's not gonna be a physical one, but if I give the most improved team in the league, it would definitely go to LOZ.
for sure.
Shout out to LOZ.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, he is. So, but anyway, but with all that being said, Storm is.
Who would that carry out the whooping like that? I can't see the name of the other team.
Douglas County.
Oh, for real?
yeah, right. That's what I said.
I ain't say that.
That's
Carrollton
what
like
I
that.
said.
But Douglas County been had it. Douglas
Douglas
County had
County
it.
Go white
good
them,
too,
man.
but
They got a stick over
It's
there.
just two different programs, man.
Wow.
And it is. It definitely is.
Wow. Okay.
But nonetheless, that game ended 14-6 Outsiders. I think
Gotta put up points. Come play.
I was watching that game and Trey had dropped back and who was it? It was Rondo. You know, shout out to Rondo too. I mean, I guess we could call a comeback player.
Shout out to Rondo.
Rondo
Rondo.
found his game again. Rondo got his groove back.
Rondo got
He
his
had
groove
been-
back.
He had been MIA for a few seasons with a few teams. You know, you forgot he was relevant, but he was making things shake over there with LOZ, and they had him backed up to the goal line, and Rook came down and pressed him, and. No shade. I don't need 5011 Facebook post about what I'm about to say. But Rook had came down and pressed him, and you know Rondo put a move on him and got bam. Rook was still there. He was gone. But then Outsiders batted the ball down in the end zone. But had he not, that would have been another touchdown because nobody was around. And then the next play, I want to say he turned it over. It was an interception or something. But that was a great back and forth game. So shout out for them. He said he outside. But I look forward to seeing a lot more improvement from LOZ. I mean, well, not to say a lot more improvement, but I look for them to continue along the path. Because at 7-3, it's not much improvement left except for the championship and a couple games.
Yeah, because 73 not a bad season.
At all. That's
Not
a
at all.
great season.
Not at all. Especially that move up. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
as coming
It's a winning
from
season.
Yeah.
winning the champ,
Right.
you know, coming up. Yeah, that's great.
So you think Trey's there for good?
Yeah,
That's possible.
I don't see him going anywhere.
Long as they
Why
keep,
not?
long as they keep
Having
that
success.
NIL up there, it's
You know.
possible.
It's more his team.
Yeah.
yeah, he,
Yeah, he run that offense.
and they went to him because they wanted a quarterback that could command control of the offense.
Sure.
Something that I've said that you know another team needs, and I
Sure.
think that they could make the same transition.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he is.
we move on to the semifinals. So now we have Outsiders at New Jack, and we have Red Form at 404. We're gonna go ahead to rare form at 4-4.
Yeah, let's
Since
go there
4-4 is here, we're gonna get. You're here. We do your first. So that was a battle.
Great
that was a
battle.
Close game.
Great battle.
Rare form felt like they left a lot. They were playing with their food, and so Saint just said they left some things on the plate.
We was playing with our food in that situation.
Really?
Yeah.
Because Rare Form felt like they were supposed to have won that game. I've had conversations.
Can't beat us scoring once. You just say that. Can't beat us scoring once, and we ain't going.
I mean, beyond that though, they came to play.
I mean, it seems like their
Yeah, they
defense
definitely
was
did.
there, because I was not expecting 4-4 to put up 9 points.
I mean,
They
hey,
limited your front flips.
I just ain't do it when I
Okay.
wanted to, when I could have.
So what did they do differently than your previous opponent?
I honestly think our offense just.
start swinging, man.
I honestly think our offense had just.
I ain't calling out the team name.
You know, we like it's rare form.
Uh-huh.
We done seen this story before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they beat the first team they beat.
Mm-hmm.
Then they come see us.
Oh, so
And
this
then
ain't new.
It ain't nothing new.
Oh, okay.
Listen, if Ref Form, for every time Ref Form seen us in the playoffs, just as many championships we had, they could possibly have.
So what you're saying is that in order for Rare Form to ever win a league championship while 4-4 is in it, they're gonna have to see you.
They gonna have to, because every time they do, y'all know the result. The results is there.
Caleb,
They haven't beat us in the playoff
1K,
yet.
Quez.
Since
The challenge
since
is an issue.
where we was.
If you want
Lithia
a
Spring.
championship, you're gonna need to see Trey and Saint. That's what they just said. I feel like that might
So
be.
wait. Let me ask y'all were y'all surprised at because y'all opened up quick and it like y'all were going keep that same, but then all of a sudden y'all was in a football game. Were y'all kind of surprised?
I wouldn't say surprised. I just feel like we wasn't making the plays that was there to be made. We was kind of. Sometimes we like to play conservative, and I feel like when we doing that, it don't make our team look like how it's supposed to look. So.
Okay.
We tend to leave some scores out there that we should have had some scores, and we make it a game like that. But then when we in games like that, though, we know our defense where they got to be.
Sometimes we try to do a little too much instead of just
And
playing
that too.
4-4 football.
Exactly. We get to thinking too much instead of just going out there and dominate. But that's why the defense hold it down.
Well, you actually can join us. We're talking about the men. You're part of the men's league. You definitely can join us.
Oh yeah, I beat them on my foot too. I beat them with my foot. I ain't
Yeah,
had
how
to
about-
score 6. I beat them with a 3.
Yeah, he did.
Come on, man. Put the foot on me.
So, I was 4-4 won that game 9-6 to advance to the championship.
But it came down. I gotta say this though. It literally came down to the last play of the game, man. They had a shot at the last play, back of the end zone. It was one of them plays where they felt like it was pass interference.
Say it was a bang bang play.
But I was gonna say, as I wouldn't have called it because it was a bang bang play. The ref had the opportunity. If you're gonna call it, you would have to call the initial contact. The initial contact. The 4-4 defender kind of grabbed his arm, prevent him from going up. But once he went up, it was a play. He had both hands on the ball. You know what I mean? It came down, so it was. I would have made the call either though. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It was.
Yeah, we couldn't get caught in rare form. Nah.
But for them to have a chance at the end of the game to win it against y'all, I thought was huge steps, leaps and bounds for Red Form.
But
You know
no,
what
I
mean?
definitely mess with those boys though,
Shout out to
man.
them boys.
Shout out to no dogs for sure.
And old boy, he ain't nothing to play with, man. He's a good receiver. man.
Quez?
He ain't nothing to play with,
Yeah.
man. He's good.
And
He's
that
good.
quarterback there, nice too.
He's come a long way.
That quarterback, nice.
From the
Nice.
time I was telling him on the sideline, man, watching him play, because when we did the All-Star game, he was the All-Star game quarterback. From that, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, hey man, how you made the All-Star game? You know what I mean? He was throwing the ball all over the field, wasn't nothing. Hey, from there to now, He's made leaps and bounds, man. So I'm really impressed with Buddy. He's making all the throws.
He
Only thing I
definitely-
feel like he can add to his game now is to
Running.
use his feet.
running.
Yeah.
Just use your
Running.
feet now at
Yeah.
this point, because we know you can
We've
throw.
been saying
Yeah.
that all. I've
We
been
know you
telling
can
them
throw.
all the
Once
time.
that pocket break down,
Yeah.
use them feet.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Because
was
you
a
can
good
help
game.
your team by doing that rather than you getting an incomplete or throwing it out of bounds.
Absolutely.
4 to 5 yards is better than no yards.
For sure, always.
And then that don't even mean they gonna pull your flag.
Mm-mm.
So, but yeah, so that shout out, he definitely
Yeah, shout out to Red
being
Four.
better this
It was a good
year.
game, man. It was a
Good
good game.
one.
I enjoyed watching that one.
So then we move over to the other semifinal game. Ooh, this was a battle.
What is the battle?
This was a battle royale. I ain't never seen so many points scored in all my days. Outsiders at New Shack.
Hey,
You want to walk us through this one, Trey?
Shit, we was playing on the other field. What's going on? Shit. We were down on the turf field, man. We were getting it in. We trying to go see who we finna play. Yeah.
the battle has been there on the internet. Well, that's been a better that game on the internet was way better than the football game could have ever been.
Yeah, I was interested with it.
So-
Whoa, man.
Boy. Yeah, tell it, hey, Commissioner, you had to get pulled in this one, man. You give us your breakdown again.
Here we go.
Yeah, you had to get pulled in.
Commissioner. Not player.
Hey, we heard you had a lot of input in this particular game, man. Tell us about it.
So, in page 25, Article 3, Section 6, Rule 4 says, listen, y'all know me. I'm going to always go by what's written in black and white. Whether I want to do it or I don't want to do it. I'm always going to go by what's in black and white. And I'm never going to deny any team a right to have the rules enforced as written. So when the protest was presented to me, quite frankly, I'm going to be honest with you. And this is not, without a doubt, not a lie. I thought they were going to lose $50 because I hadn't pre-looked at the roster, right? But clearly we all thought Mike was on the roster because Mike plays with New Jack.
Right.
So to go back though, how surprised were you though when you heard who the protest was about though?
So okay, here's the thing.
I know. I said, how the hell Brian?
I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm not gonna put no names to it, but I'm gonna tell you this. Prior to the protest, someone came to me and asked me, "How do you prove that a player didn't play the required amount of games to make the playoffs?"
Okay.
Because I believe originally, after hearing some stuff from a previous game, that might have been on somebody's mind, because that was the chatter that I heard all along the sideline. So when the player came and asked me that, I said, well, we have ways of knowing. And it was like, yeah, but how would you know that? What would you use to determine? And my response at that point was, I can't give you anything that could possibly help you win a protest because I feel there may be a protest.
Okay.
And then the last thing I would say, but remember, a lot of your games are on film. Then that player walked away, and then immediately the ref came over, said, I got a protest. So when we got into the protest, I was shocked to learn that it was protesting. So when we got in and they said, want to protest, and I said, what is your protest? They said, we would like to challenge that player is not on the roster. And I was like, that's not quite how you protest this, because I'm still thinking something else.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, well, who is the player? And then he pointed him out and said, Mike. And I was like, oh.
Right.
So I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, like you've been
So I was
playing
like,
all
well.
season.
So I was like, Mike, come on over here. I need you to go get your ID.
Right.
Because regardless if I know you or not, I have to do how it's supposed to be done. And an official player protest on the roster is that I need your ID so that I can pair it with the name on the roster. And so while he was going to get his ID, I went ahead and pulled up the roster so that I could go to his name on the roster.
And you know the name on there. You
And I'm
going there
like-
knowing the name on there.
So I scrolled up again, and I was like, okay. Let me take my glasses off because they hinder my up close vision. And I scrolled down, and I was like, oh, snap. So then when he got back, I said, Mike, come lean in. Gene, lean in. And I did it slow motion, one by one. And I said, unfortunately, Mike, you are not on the roster. And so then I gave him his ID back, and I gave them their money back. And then the ref was like, so what does that mean? I was like, what's the penalty for somebody playing without being on the roster?
Wow.
It's like a forfeit. They said exactly. Why are we asking foreign questions? And so, but I was shocked because I thought Mike was on the roster. I think Mike thought he was on the roster because, you know, from what I heard, he was the one that always made sure everybody else was on the roster. So it's possible that in his due diligence of making sure that all of y'all are straight, he forgot to take sure he was straight. And so, but what you say when you tell a judge in court, I didn't know, and the judge said ignorance of the law is no excuse. So unfortunately, I had no choice but to forfeit that game, and so Outsiders advanced to the championship game.
Interesting.
So that is
definitely like to see New Jack for that rematch in that season though. I would love to.
That was the anticipated game.
I think we all
wanted to see that.
Probably
matchup.
thought that was going to be the game.
Yeah.
I don't know that everybody wanted to see that. I don't think outsiders wanted to see that. But
Definitely wanted to get some
I
back.
think that the consensus probably would have been New Jack 4-4.
For sure.
But it was 4-4 in outsiders. And
great battle.
Another great battle. Now, I agree with this one. This game could have went either way. But, you know, I guess talk about this game, Saint, without saying the result. Playing in this game, what did you see? What did they do that made you feel like, oh, man, we got to clamp down on this? Or did you feel like this is just the coast? They can't do nothing to threaten us?
I mean, the whole game, they really capitalized off our mistakes. I don't really think they just had like a play where they went crazy. Now they might argue and say that screen, but that's another story. I ain't gonna go down that line. But we just gotta crash down and go make the flag pull, man. Everybody trying to watch, people getting blocked. Come on, man, get off the block.
Trey, what did you see in this game?
Well, we came out blur. What's your favorite color? So once we did that, I said, "Oh shit, we got a chance to go take it." So we came out first place score. So I'm like, "Okay, we're coming to take it." So we get on
win
defense.
The number one corner.
Yeah, you feel me? So we win at they guy. So, you know, throughout that game, we started to get back once again conservative. Wasn't just dominating like we were supposed to. Started getting conservative, so we had to tighten up on defense. We gave up a touchdown, but after that, we just tightened up. We went for it on the fourth down on offense. We didn't get it. So in that moment, they already in the middle of the field, thinking they finna go score, take the lead. Well, no, they already got the lead. It's 8-6. So we on defense, we're like, we got to find a way to make a play. Luckily, I come up, make a play on defense, get a pick, get us in good scoring position. Drake run it in. We go up, and I close it out with another pick. So defense really kept us in that game for sure. All 8 of us, you know, we was flying around that ball.
You look really healthy, Trey. You look really, you look like you.
Yeah, man. From that brawl, I had a hamstring from the last playoffs when I was with YB. I had a little hamstring tweak, but from there I got stronger. Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Oh yeah,
I'm feeling good. I appreciate that too, Coach Smooth.
So what's this your like second, third championship? So you got on 2 rings so for the 2 championships.
Oh, I got the national ring, and then I got the other 3 rings for just 3 championships we done won. I ain't want to wear the other 3.
The other 3. So you
Yeah.
mean to tell me y'all got 6 championships?
Yeah, 6 championships. 6 on.
That's a lot.
wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ain't enough, but it's there.
So after 6 championships,
And it could have been more if we didn't take off no seasons.
you leave, come back, win, leave, come back, win again. I mean, what's the goal? How many championships you want?
Yeah, until Kirby say we done. Until Kirby said we done.
Right.
Hey, we going.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, you know, again, congratulations once again. You know, I think that's, you know, that's exceptional. 6 championships.
Some people ain't got none.
We'll never get satisfied.
That's right, too.
Facts.
And that too.
So dominance. So that's
That's
dominance.
what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Okay, that's what's up. So, once again, congratulations to 404 Outlaws for winning their 6th league championship.
Appreciate that. Shout out to all the teams that came across the 4-way.
Like your boy CL used to say, it was a 4-4 invitational again.
The 4-4 Invitational. Lane wide open.
Well, you know what? We're missing your tribute. CL would normally bring a tribute for you.
I know, right? It'd have
He had a game to coach tonight.
It'd have been so appropriate too. That's the sad part. It'd have been the one time I wouldn't even want to see it. I usually appreciate them though.
Listen, right, we be
I
laughing.
didn't want to see it. I was worried about that too. Well, I was like, dang, we ain't never got delivered that before. Nah, man. Well, congratulations to y'all, man. Y'all went out there. Y'all know what y'all lost? Just one game this season.
Yeah, lost one.
Yeah,
New
the
Jack.
game, the one they would- that's
And I
why they
came
wanted to
late,
see them.
man. That's why I wanted to see them boys again.
Yeah, that definitely would have been a prime time show for sure.
I definitely want to see them again. They beat the shit out of it.
And that too.
I ain't like that shit.
I ain't like that shit either. I'm pulling up. Them boys like, Trey, might well just get ready for the next game.
Stretch out.
It was like that.
Damn, it's like that? These boys ain't playing with no energy or nothing. I'm like, man. So, yeah, I wanted to see them again for sure.
I do have one question for you, Trey Saint. Is it tough to take everybody best shot because after 6 championships, everybody want to beat you guys? I mean,
Well, let me.
You know,
They
you
got
speak
6.
for
I
me.
got 2 with them.
right,
so
right. But
I
you're
ain't gonna
part of
take
that. You're
credit.
part of that legacy, though. You
No,
went
you
4-4.
the
So.
forward. But what I think it is, we a band of brothers. We don't listen to the rap poison. We don't get into all the politics or whatever it is out there. We just keep our heads down, keep our heads up, depend on each other, and play ball.
I would say them boys don't even think about other teams. It's just 4-4.
It's just 4-4.
All they see is 4-4,
Right.
brother. Check.
It's us.
Locked and loaded. Ready
Locked
to
and
go.
loaded. Whoever we line it up against, let's go. That's how we come and take it.
Okay.
Good stuff. Congratulations,
That's the
guys.
mentality to
Thank you.
have right there. That's the mentality to have for
For
sure.
sure. For sure.
For sure.
Got to dominate every play.
Now y'all look good, man. So y'all chilling till nationals or what y'all got?
Yeah, we finna get into our practice months, November, December, getting ready for January. 'Cause I think we done hit that stride now with this team to where like we feel like we can go win nationals again, and we in A this time, so we feel like we can go do it.
Okay.
So we ready to go shock the world.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Good stuff, man. Congratulations, fellas.
Appreciate that.
Yes, congratulations. So, moving on over to the other side of the aisle, we have also had our women's.
Coach
Playoff.
Smooth in a storm.
We had
Quiet a storm.
those.
Real smooth. Yes, sir. Shout out to Coach Smooth.
Appreciate it. Appreciate
Yes,
it.
sir.
So the women opened up their playoffs as well with the play-in with the number 4 and the number 5 seed. We had Atlanta Rage host at oh my bad. Rage at Venom, I believe, was the opening game of the day. T-Mac, who's told us time and time again that the women's league goes through him and his team. Okay. Got Rage coming in, making their way back from, having a few seasons off. I think Venom, Rage was the favorite in this game. I don't think many people outside of T-Mac saw himself winning this game until he won it. in overtime.
Mm.
It was a back and forth battle all game, but nobody was going anywhere. So we went into overtime. It was a 0-0 game. T-Mac made the play. Quarterback dropped back, threw it in his zone, got the 2, right? So this particular game was overtime was interesting because I went into the huddle for the coin toss to make sure that they understood the overtime rules. And so Rage won the coin toss, and then the player said, "We want to play offense." So I looked at her, and then the refs looked at us like, "You sure?" He's like, "Yeah, we'll play offense." I was like, "Interesting." And she said, "Look, I'm just doing what my coach told me to do." So I said, "Hey, if your coach told you to choose offense, then that's what you need to choose."
Right.
And so they went on offense first, and they didn't make the play. And so which made Venom took some pressure off of them. I think it opened up the playbook a whole lot more based on what they could do, knowing that all you got to do is get one and we can win the game. And literally that's exactly what they did. They dropped back. She scanned the field, threw it back in the end zone. Game over. So T-Mac advanced, and you can tell him that he already knew this. This was no surprise for him.
T-Mac.
My dude.
So Venom advances on to face the number 1 seed, which is Atlanta Storm. This was a close game. I think this was a closer game than we anticipated. Tell us about this one.
Well, can't say I was surprised to see T-Mac. He said that the league goes through Venom. So
That's what he said.
it was a tough game. I think I was very impressed by their defense. Obviously, it's who show up to play. You can't, who, what, ifs, or who ain't there. You really can't make excuses at this level or no level. You got to go out there and play the game. So I think they had a good defensive scheme. They had definitely good pass rush of the quarterback. And we just made a play or two really to win the game. And so I was very impressed by that. Defensively, I don't think they got past the 50, I don't think, on us. We pride ourselves on defense. We gave up, 12 points the whole season. So,
that's hard.
Obviously,
That's hard.
playing APOC twice, you're going to give up points. That's a great team. I think our defense is the key to winning championships. I think all of you guys can attest to that.
Right.
And we hang our hat on that. We've gone tournaments and gave up 7 points the whole tournament. So we expect to, shut out teams. That's just what we expect to do. Give ourselves a chance to win. So I think that
Sound like the donut girls.
we take so much pride in that. I mean, when we give up a first down, these ladies are mad about that. A lot of pressure on us because we couldn't move the ball like we wanted to. We made a couple plays and came away with a victory. That was the good part about it. Had we lost to T-Mac for the rest of my life, he wouldn't have let me live that down. So, but hats off to them though. We made a few plays. We changed up the offense a little bit to fit the personnel that we had at the time, and we pulled away a victory. And I think the ladies were excited. That made us 11-0 at that point. So great game with them. Great defense. We just made the plays to win on with our own defense. So good game.
Okay. So Storm advances to the championship game, awaiting the winner of Georgia Vibe and Apocalypse. You remember that song that Whitney Houston and Deborah Cox did called Same Script, Different Cast? That was a popular song. You remember that? Well,
So, Mr. Commissioner, you got called into this game too, huh?
Oh shit!
You were busy Sunday.
So here's the thing. I got a call by the ref, and I was asked, "Did you receive the protest fee?" I'm like, "For what?" He said, "We got a I said, "I'm on my way." I'm always going to go and handle a protest when I'm there. I don't send nobody else because sometimes people don't know the rules, won't pay attention to the rules, and don't, so. I go over there, and I was like, okay, where's the money? The team paid the money. I asked them what was the protest. And they said they want to protest. They would like to challenge that a player on APOC's roster did not meet the minimum number of games to make the playoffs. I said, okay. Quick question. Trey, what's the minimum number of games that you
I was just finna ask you that. I didn't know it was
Saint,
that.
what's the minimum number?
Hell, if I know.
So
I was just finna ask you
indicates
that.
exactly the problem that we have.
Right.
People do not read the rules.
Right.
So in the rules there is a rule, and it's actually like that on a lot of leagues.
I don't feel like by a player. I don't think I should be able to read that rule. Well, I'm not saying be able to read that rule, but
You don't
to know that rule.
know the rule.
Because I'm gonna always be
You
there,
already played.
regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I think when you a player, so I said it the week before, and I said it before. When I was playing, I had my team, or when I was on anybody else's team, I read the rules just so that I know how to manipulate them against you. Not to cheat, but to use them in my favor. I gave the example of, I was playing in a co-ed league one time, and they had a rule that said the quarterback could not run unless he was rushed. And back in my day, believe it or not, before film, I was a running quarterback. And so,
before
So
film.
it-
James out the back door. He out of there.
and so we were in the championship game. And so I called my players. I said, listen, I want everybody to just run. I will run all the way to the end zone. I'm not throwing it to a single one of y'all. Just everybody run to the end zone. We were probably like at the 30, so we had the whole field to go. But I told my outside receiver, I said, come back for the double quarterback. I said it out loud. I want you to come back and be the double quarterback. So he ran back down the field. And so, of course, the DB came back with him. And so he ran back and got back, and then I drew back to throw it. The defender crashed down on him. The rule said once a defender crosses the line of scrimmage, he is considered a rusher and the quarterback can run. He was 20 yards over there.
Oh, yeah, the whole field.
Defense was 50 yards downfield. I took off and ran the ball. And so they
hold
was
on,
like,
you called your receiver back from the one touchdown to come back behind you?
well, yes.
Yeah, to get the
That's
rushing across the line of
crazy.
scrimmage.
But then I ran it all the way in, and so when I got down there, they was like, "Don't worry about him. He can't run. That's coming back." And I ran
Yeah.
straight into a touchdown. And then
They just watched you run.
they
it.
watched
They
me
didn't know
run
the
in
rules.
because
They
They
didn't know the
didn't know the
rules.
rules.
See, I still would have grabbed you regardless.
Yeah.
so.
Well, that's what you're
That's what I'm
supposed to
saying.
do, right?
Right. At
But the
football,
other teammates
regardless.
was like, "Oh, nah, that's coming back." So they had already started to walk back to the line of scrimmage.
Right.
And the ref was like, I was like, "Ref, the rules say," and he was like, "Is exactly right." And they was hot. They were mad. But
know that, right?
but that's how you use the rules to your advantage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
For
there
sure.
could be a way you read the rules and see something.
Them weren't football players you was playing against. That's all.
It is, but again, everybody thinks that they
could've
know
run
the
anyway.
rules until you read them.
Yeah,
But
I
anyway,
got you.
Right.
So we get to the situation. So and then they was like, well, we couldn't play her because she was hurt, which is a valid excuse. But according to the rules, if a player is injured, and see, this would apply to your team. Well, never mind. This would apply to another team because people have people that go away for college and then come back, right? So they may miss. I'm sorry, I caught myself. But if you're away at college, military duty, or things like that, you may not make the regular season.
Right.
But if you send the email letting us know, hey, Trey is going to be away for boot camp. He won't be back into the playoffs. Trey is a part of 404. Therefore, we could put Trey on the exempt list. But it's in the rules that you have to do this.
You got to dot your I's across the T's.
And so because that didn't happen, Vibe had a valid protest.
Right.
And it was like, they didn't know. And I said, I'm sorry, I understand.
Right.
I 100% believe you did not know. But that does not mean that I don't enforce the rules as written because a player didn't know. Because everybody would say they didn't know. And then so then after that, Vibe player came back and was like, Well, in addition to that, she's not even on the roster.
Wow.
And so I was like, what? So when I pulled up the roster, that player was not on the roster.
Gotcha.
There was a player with the same first name and a different last name, and the coach said he made a mistake on the last name.
Which is why you checked the ID.
But that goes back to, like I said, and I said to him, I said, well, coach.
So the name on the roster got to match the name on the ID.
The person on the roster, here's the situation. Trey was on the Trayvon Badger was on the roster. Trey Badger was on the roster, but Trey Rutland was playing. You see what I'm saying there?
Am I the same person?
No, Trey Rutland, the quarterback for LOZ. Y'all got the same first name,
right,
but you're not the same person.
Right.
So that's what happened. There was another.
That's why his question was, does the name have to match?
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
The
exactly.
name has to match.
Right.
Because if
I put Trey Savage and they don't say that on my ID, am I eligible? That's what I'm saying.
Because Trey Savage could be anybody. It's a made up name.
All right, that's
You know
all
what I'm
I wanted to know.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
a good question.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good question.
you know, but I don't think someone would protest Trey Savage because they know who Trey Savage is. Right?
How many
But
protests you
also,
ever had?
the person that was registered on the roster, everybody knew who she was. And everybody knew she wasn't the person that they were protesting. Right? So, but anyway, and so I said, hey, listen, you know, coach, if they had came and did the protest saying we want to challenge that player's not on the roster, I would have asked her to go get her ID. And when she brought her ID back, I would have matched it with the roster, and it would not have matched. So therefore, they would have won that protest.
Gotcha.
But based on the original protest, they've won that too because it's the same. Because that's what the rules say.
That's what the rules say.
So I mean,
I got to start reading these rules.
that's the key, you know. And I granted, you know, it wasn't like I wanted to eliminate APOC because of that, but at the same time, I could not take away Georgia Vibe's right to have me enforce the rules as they're written. So therefore, I had to disqualify APOC. But what I will say about that in Georgia Vibe's defense, as well as Outsiders' defense, it's never okay to use the language that y'all used against those people because you don't agree with what they did. Because if you went down the field for a touchdown and I grabbed you and pulled you out there so you couldn't catch the game with a touchdown, would you not want the ref to enforce the penalty?
Yeah.
Exactly. I can't say, well, nah, we're going to let that slide. You'll be mad at the ref. You'll be going in on the ref.
Right.
I have to look at it the same way. The rules are the rules.
Right.
And they have to be enforced the same way.
All right, so before you go further, though, I've been waiting on this. I want both of them to come up, both situations to come up before I ask the question to people on the panel. Tell me your honest opinion on how y'all feel about the protest that happened on Sunday, both of them. Just your opinion on it. As a player.
Well, no, I had already warned them to ask that.
Oh, okay. I want to know.
Who going first? Me? Oh, me. I feel like we all playing in the league. So if we see each other every weekend, line up and play. That's how I feel as a player. Like, line up and play. All the coaching, you know, all that other stuff. Can't speak on that.
I'm going to opt out of the question. Facebook been going too crazy. I ain't finna get put on that next. Cool. I'm so cool. I'm gonna stay out there beef. Let them have that.
No,
I mean,
it's
this
not
ain't no
that
beef.
beef. It's just your opinion on protest.
I'm not validating either side. I'm just explaining exactly what I've always done, always will do. I'm going to go by the rules.
I get rules, and I
Yeah,
get
rules
people
is
just
rules,
saying
but-
like we all know Mike, so I get that side too. So I'm on the fence with it. I ain't on no side.
Kicking.
Now, let me ask you this. Does it matter that there's a roster limit and they were over Mike put them over the roster limit so he didn't have space to add them anyway?
What happened now?
Roster limits.
The roster limit. Okay.
I don't know how to feel about roster limits.
The roster limit says 30 people, and he would have made 31 based on the roster.
You in a hot seat.
I'm just curious.
I'm just saying. I don't know how to feel about a roster limit because
You have to have them. There's no.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how to feel about it because I feel like A team should have
Every sport
I feel
around
like a
has
team should
roster
have
limits. Every single sport you play in
has a limit.
Not a single one. If you playing professional baseball, you playing NFL, and nationals, every single sport.
Some teams be looking like they got about 50 folks
they
on
do,
their side.
Because they know that people ain't gonna protest.
Right. But there's a limit.
There's a limit.
There's a roster limit.
The roster limit at nationals is 32.
So these folks scamming the system, knowing that ain't nobody gonna.
At nationals, yeah.
They're gonna challenge you to protest them.
They like you beat me.
You gotta figure out who it is. That's a challenge.
Whew, it's a dirty game, boy. How many times you ever had a protest happen in one day, though?
This is the first time it's ever happened twice in one day, but this is probably about the 6th or 7th time it happened in the league. It ain't the first time it happened in the playoffs. All of the protests have happened in the playoffs.
Or a tournament.
You're right. But, because you... Yeah, but there's never been a regular season protest. They've always happened in the playoffs and the tournament. So,
so y'all, you didn't want to answer the question, but just if your coach did the protest, are you riding with your coach?
I mean, if that's my dog, then I gotta stand with you.
Yeah, I'm standing with my coach for sure, because he ain't gonna turn his back on me. I can't
brother,
turn my back on my coach.
Whoever it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Coach Smooth, what's your thoughts?
Man, it's a great question. I read the Facebook content like you did, and I normally don't read it. I couldn't stop reading. It was must see TV. I think Lindsay made a T-shirt, didn't she?
I thought that was so funny.
She made one.
She made a T-shirt.
That was hilarious, Lindsay. Good artwork.
I would say this: I've never personally challenged a roster since I've been a coach. I've never done that. I just want to beat you, really. So, I don't really get into all that. I do support, though, that's the rule, and the rule has to be enforced, and that's what happened. So while I do understand the emotions of the other team, I would have felt some kind of way as well. But guess what? As a coach, I would have to make sure that player's on the roster, that player played the 3 games. I read all the rules. That's my job as a coach, to make sure we're not in that situation. Yeah. Get what I'm saying? So while it ain't my thing to do that, I never have done that. If it was presented to me, I might have to think about it, honestly. Yeah. I'm just honestly speaking, though. I don't really care about backlash on social media. Yeah. I don't really care what people think of me. I mean, you can't in life. Some people going to like you. Some people going to hate you, and they don't even know you. Yeah. So I just try to treat everybody the same, right? With love and kindness. But so I would just say I respect the coaches that did that. It's the rule. James had to enforce the rule. I might not necessarily agree with it because I personally don't think about it like that. I definitely looking forward to, no knock on Vibe. That was a great game. We'll get to that. Mm-hmm. And Gates, I celebrated with Gates at Lynn Lewis when they won that championship. He the bro. But I definitely thought APOC would have been coming down that hill. So, but yeah, that's my take on it. It's the rule. You got to respect the rule. You have to enforce the rule. But personally, I've never partaken in that.
Now, without saying what I showed you, does that now change your opinion of what happened?
Shit. Yeah.
We're not gonna say what it was, but does that change your opinion now? I think that would be a yes.
Anyway. How you feel about it?
How you feel about it? Honestly, well, here's one thing I can tell you. I've never, in my history of flag football, ever checked a roster. Right. I don't. Even in your league, I've never checked anybody else's roster. Only roster I ever check is mine. I make sure everybody on my roster is registered, but I've never checked the roster. As an organization, we have one protest to our history, and the only reason I don't regret that protest, even though I didn't do it, but the difference was we knew those players that just played with another team. We were already like 10, 11 deep trying to go to the championship game, what I mean? Right, and we just had 2 guys hurt. And we just watched these 2 young guys play with another team. We like, y'all ain't gonna bring these 2 young guys. Right. And we already short-handed. Yeah, right. It's cold out here, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. But here's the reality. At the coin toss, Amos told the other team, hey, look, don't put them guys on y'all team.
We already
know they just played, and we're gonna challenge it. He told me at the coin toss, and he said, y'all laughing, But I'm dead serious. Don't play them guys on your team.
Right.
We already short. We got 2 guys over here hurt. I'm gonna challenge it. Man, first kickoff, they put them guys on the team.
Oh, they tried y'all out the gate.
On the gate. And on the first kickoff, timeout. Hey, he challenged, you know what I mean? But they were told. So that's why we don't regret that jump because y'all were told in advance.
Right.
Don't do that jump. You know what I mean?
That's totally different.
speaking-
for sure.
totally different.
I think that's
Speaking
That's
of
what
this
we already done
scenario.
in our history.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Y'all at Nationals. Y'all lose on the first day. So now y'all in the loser bracket.
It's tough.
You go through 8 games.
It's tough.
You get to the championship game. You playing AU. But now they done added people from Up in Smoke and
Why you
Neighborhood-
playing? We done.
Wait a minute.
It was, oh, okay.
They done
okay.
added people from Up in Smoke and Neighborhood Bullies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Zanny got injured. He pulled a hamstring. Dre already limping on a bad ankle. You hurt your wrist.
Damn.
You know.
You guys know we roster.
Then
Hell yeah.
5 of your people had to go home. Are you not gonna protest that?
Yeah, I'm telling you. Oh, no, them boy. I'll tell you.
Different situation,
I need
right?
that. Y'all ain't finna come try to rob me like that. No, crutches and all.
Y'all boys go ahead and get up through there.
Wrap wrists and all, huh?
Right.
Protest.
That's just real. But and the reality of this situation here, man, this, you know what I mean?
$1,500 on
If it-
line.
Boom. If it was about regular season, I don't think nobody would have cared.
Right.
But you got money on the line. Stephen A. said, $1,500. It's money on the
championship.
line,
And
man.
the
So we be like, hey,
championship.
man, we'll see y'all next season. But we're gonna get this money today. Shit, you know what I mean? Like I said, I can't say I would do it because I don't ever check a roster. I'm not gonna put effort in nobody's roster. You know what I mean? 'Cause, you know,
We
but-
ain't even looking at the roster either.
Right.
yeah, but if somebody came to me and said, "Hey, man, XYZ, and it's for this money," I don't know, man. It's a chance.
Different set of circumstances.
Different circumstance, man. For this money,
Yeah.
shit, for this money, man. Money make you do things, boy.
Tell why you playing.
It
We
does.
actually had a chance to do that, but we didn't do it. But there was some when we had that league at the championship game playoffs was at what was that, Charles Drew? We was at Charles Drew on here.
Oh, that was yeah. That was
Yeah. Shit, we could have protested a team that we played against, that we knew a player, you know what I'm saying, hadn't been there or ain't on the roster, but we was like, man, we lining up and playing, like, don't even waste your money on that, bro. Like,
But what happens when that player
I mean, we
scores the game-winning touchdown?
that's what you got. That's what we got to
You
live
gotta
with.
live with that. You
Like,
play
that's
the
what we
game.
got to live
If
with.
you're gonna play the game,
Yeah, like
you gotta
we
live with
playing
that.
the game. Like, we ain't finna cry about it, or you know what I'm saying. I ain't saying crying, but we just got to live with it.
Yeah.
We out here playing. They put on their flag just like we do.
You made that decision, so you
Yeah,
got to
we
roll
made
with
that
it.
decision.
if you made the decision, made the decision.
Right.
I agree with that.
And that's when, like, God, we got about 28, maybe 24 players. So when 10 of us saying one thing, telling Kirby something, Kirby gonna listen to them 10 guys. You know.
Okay. Interesting. It was a very touchy debate, but all set. So that takes us to the championship game.
Great championship
Golly,
game.
Jesus.
I sat on the hill and watched this one, boy. That
So
was good.
let me say this and make this clear. I missed the entire first half. Okay, I was not there because I had left the championship rings at home. So I had to leave.
Had to.
And I told Smooth, I said,
Yeah.
Smooth,
Hey, you would have said that before the game. We would have said, "Hey, the four need
Stop.
them. Go
Stop the
ahead."
game right now.
So I
Yeah.
left and went home to get the championship trophy rings. And as I'm walking back, as soon as I walk onto the field, I get yelled at. Bad players are just going in. I'm like, what's going on? I don't know what's happening. And so, you know, everybody over there is yelling and they're emotional at the time. And then I hear something, you know, protest, and then I hear a ref say something about, well, they ran another play. So I just went up. I said, so refs, what's going on? Are they trying to protest something? It was like, yeah, but they already ran another play. I said, well, yeah, if they ran another play, you can't protest it, right? That was the only information I had, and that was all I heard. And so I was like, let me walk on back over here to my side. Let me say this, and I know some people may be offended or feel some type of way, but I'm going to be honest. When something happens that requires, when an injustice happens and you want it to be fixed, the hardest way to get it fixed is by yelling and screaming at someone who doesn't know what's going on. Calmly state your case so that we can now assess the situation. But if you're yelling, you're generally yelling bits and pieces of an emotional situation. This is the same thing that happened with you at Nationals, and I said this to you, Smooth, right, about the field goal that was made that they called was missed, and you went off.
I did.
And didn't utilize the tools that was available to help you fix that, right? And I say that to people over and over again. Regardless of how upset you are about the situation, there are generally things in place that we can do if you utilize them to fix them. But like I said, so I didn't know what was going on. Nonetheless, I watched the second half of the game. Storm, you struggled. I can't even lie.
Wait a minute. I don't think you can dismiss it though. Right?
I ain't dismissing it. I'm gonna get back to it.
Okay.
No, we're not past it.
Okay, go ahead.
We're gonna go back and talk about it.
All right, bet.
But I just wanted to move along for now. They held you across the 50. You didn't cross the 50.
That's true. First time. I mean, again, ain't no excuses for that. There's no drop off. We just, I think, 2 turnovers.
Interceptions. Yes.
Vibe just played great defense.
They
Shout out to Gates
amazing
and the Vibe. They just
defense.
They had the pass rushers were getting in our backfield, and I just got to get hats off to them. I mean, they just played great defense. You could tell it was a championship game. It felt like a championship game. We tried different things. We called different plays. We changed up almost everything we could change, and they had an answer for it. And so, obviously, when you're a great team, you look at lack of execution. That's something that you look at. But you also got to give credit to the opponent for taking certain things away that was there or not there, and they picked the ball off. So I think Desi had 2 picks. I was worried about her running it back. That's really what I was worried about. But we couldn't score. We couldn't get first downs. I think I threw my hat. I think I kicked the field marker, all that kind of stuff, broke a clipboard. Just typical stuff that a coach does when your team not playing well. But it was it could have went either way, just great defense.
That's Coach Smooth for you, though.
It was a great defense. If you like defense and you like the old school defensive battle, that was an old school defensive classic to me. Okay. That's the way I see it.
So it goes to overtime. Both teams get the ball. Neither team score.
Right.
We go into double overtime.
I did go defense first though when we won the coin toss. No pun intended.
So now you second overtime. You have the ball first.
Right.
You score.
Right.
So now Vibe has to match the score. Vibe did not match the score. Storm wins the championship.
Right.
However, there was some controversy in that championship game. We'll reverse back. There was a pass interference call.
Okay.
That most people, the version I got of the pass interference, because I saw it. I was standing in the middle of the field. And Vibe threw the pass deep to the left corner of the end zone. And I looked, and I was like, dang, that was pass interference, big time. So then the flag comes out. I was like, okay, well, it's defensive pass interference. And so I turned my head. I'm like, huh? What in the world? And I think at the time, the white hat beside me, JJ, who was videoing, and another person we all was baffled. Like, how did you get defensive pass interference out of that?
Right.
Well, then the referee walks over, and I was like, what did you call on that? She says, it was offensive pass interference. I said, oh. Then I walked away because I'm like, it surely was offensive pass interference. But then Vibe was upset. Right. They was like, now, they were already fuming
for the call right before halftime.
Calls prior to that.
Right.
This was just throwing salt on the wound. So after the day, I asked for an explanation. And what I was told was that the Vibe player beat the Storm player so bad, the ref thought that the wide receiver was the defender. So she threw the flag because she got so far behind her and came back. She thought she was the defender. So I was like, oh, So she didn't change the team that she called the pass interference on. It was the same person. She just thought the person was playing defense, but they were actually playing offense. So I was like, okay, I could understand that. I don't know how you could miss who's the wide receiver. I don't think that I could think if Trey was lined up on, with 4-4, I wouldn't automatically assume he was defense.
Right.
I see Dre back there throwing the ball. But nonetheless, it can happen. So
that comes when the referees just be watching the game instead of actually paying attention to details of the game.
That's for sure.
That's a good point.
that possibly could have happened. I'm not saying it did or didn't. I don't know. But so now we go back in reverse to the play.
Or the distractions on the sideline, because that same ref we had a game where she was in a full-fledged conversation with somebody on the sideline and missed the entire play, and then tried to make a call after. It was like, you was over here talking the entire time.
And this the playoffs we're talking about.
I was watching.
Herein lies one of the reasons why I believe nobody past the 20 is important. Because, we'll go back into who called the non-touchdown against. So, the play of play. Vibe throws the ball. Quarterback throw the ball to the young girl. She breaks to the right, runs it up the sideline. There's a touchdown called. The version of how that touchdown was called, let's just say one ref put up a signal, was questioning whether it was a touchdown. The other ref confirmed it was a touchdown. The white hat then asked the team, what are you going for? In the midst of all of that, another ref came back and said, well, no, the ball is short, and marked it second down at the 3-yard line. Mm-hmm. That's key because Vibe said we're going for one. Mm-hmm. So if you're going for one, you go for one at the 3-yard line. The ref marks it short at the 3-yard line. Mm-hmm. So I have absolutely zero clue how this was miscommunicated, but Vibe was not told that the touchdown was not any good.
Wow.
And so they ran the play.
How did that happen?
Boy.
They didn't get the extra point, so they're going into halftime. And this is when I walk up when all hell breaks loose, because they're told the score, I guess at this point, was 0-0. Mm-hmm. Upon further review on the game footage showed a lot. The game footage also showed what could be considered an influential call because a coach was there yelling something, which happened to end up being what was called. Smooth was yelling they were short, and then the play was marked short. And I think possibly the ref might have saw what they heard, because if you look at the video, it's really hard to see from that angle because all the defenders was running on that side. Mm-hmm. So you really couldn't see on that side. So when the first ref called touchdown, to be quite honest, it really should have only been able to be overturned by a challenge. If you don't challenge it, how did you overturn it? But I definitely think it was a mistake, that a learning lesson going forward, that communication is key. So 100% Vibe has a gripe because that was a touchdown. 100%. Now, I know some people was like, well, it was still the second half to go and, blah, blah, blah. But you have to think that they didn't have them cross the 50 the whole first half. As the game resulted, they never crossed the 50 then. It's a good possibility Vibe would have held them to no scoring and won the game 6-0. Now, there's also the other side that, now that I'm down 6-0, I'm going to change the plays that I call,
That's correct.
which now could, possibly help me score. But we also have to take into account Vibe intercepted that ball every time they tried to go down there, and they stopped it. So it's hard to say that.
But like I know, you call plays differently when you're down.
Most definitely you call plays definitely
if we tied up, and I know my defense is holding, I'll still try throwing it.
But I think the room would agree that I would rather be in the position of you calling different plays with me being ahead.
Yeah.
Than
for sure.
You calling the plays and we tied and I was robbed of a touchdown.
For sure.
I think we can all agree with that.
For sure.
So
two different thinking strategies.
Because guess what? The same way the opponent's gonna call plays differently when they're down, you're gonna call the plays differently because we know you, Angelo. You are going to milk the clock until there's not another drop of milk in the bottle.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so
100%.
that's the same strategy now that other coach can employ. You might call your plays differently, but you're sure going to be limited on how many times you can call them.
All those facts.
You see what I'm saying? So that argument that it was still a whole second half, it was, but it was totally dictated differently by the play. So, but again, nonetheless,
it's very unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
But now this is what I want to ask you, Coach Smooth.
Mm-hmm.
2 championship games in a row that you've been in recently, and you've been involved in 2 very controversial calls.
For sure.
One gave the team a touchdown to beat you. Mm-hmm. One took away a touchdown from a team that could have possibly beaten you.
Yes.
How do you see this situation, putting yourself in, now that you've been through both sides of it?
Right.
Tell us your vantage point on it.
Well, I could, Angelo been there probably longer,
hold on one
more
second.
than me.
Before we go, the other situation we're talking about is that Storm was in Lynn Lewis, and the video clearly shows that the player hit the ground and then rolled into the end zone. But then they were told that nobody touched that player. But of course we know that once you hit the ground, there is no rolling into the end zone.
No rolling.
So
And her flag was off. So I would say the Lynn Lewis thing was tough because I was right there. She was short. That was ball game. That was tough for me to deal with. Just like Nationals in the field goal that was missed and went down the middle. And the whole vibe thing, I saw the replay. Clearly, she crossed the goal line. From my vantage point, she was short because I was behind the play a little bit. So that's why I was yelling she was short. Angles is everything. I would say, as a coach, you just got to move on. You just got to move on. It's tough. Lynn Lewis had to move on from that. Obviously, we had to finish the season. That was a tough call to the vibe. I know how you guys feel about it. It is what it is. I think Shay owned it on Facebook, so it is what it is with that. We can nitpick all that kind of stuff. It was a pass interference on 4th down that got y'all into the red zone after we got the sack because we had a pick. So we can kind of cherry pick that all day long and debate how these calls can dictate the game. My thing is don't let one call beat you. One call shouldn't beat you no matter what. That's my philosophy. That's how I approach it. I get mad about it and move on. You know what I'm saying? I just don't have I'm worried about the next thing. So that's how I take it. Yes, it's unfortunate, but I've been on the other side of that a lot more than a lot of coaches. So in championship games, I've taken them hits. So, but I had to move on. My biggest thing was don't put myself in that situation to where it come down to that.
So how do you help your ladies deal with that? Because that that's an extremely emotional situation.
Extremely.
You right there at victory, and then the Zebras snatch victory right from your plate.
Right. Well, Lynn Lewis was tough because the whole team was about to kill the refs, and I had to tell them, we put ourselves in this situation though. You can't. Like you look at NFL games, sometimes you go, the Saints, that pass interference call a while ago. Stuff like that. You look at these things and you say, how did that happen? You just can't leave the hand. No knock to the refs. All the refs do a great job, I think. They do the best they can to their ability. We need more refs. James has said that a million times. Once I'm start coaching, I might ref because I love the game so much. But don't put it in their hands, man. You can't tell your team, look, that one play ain't going to win or lose a game. It's what happens before all of that happened. all the dominoes that happened before that? What about when we had the ball first and goal and then score? What about the picks we threw? You know, so I put it on us. We think we the favorites every time we play. Pretty sure 4-4 the same way, so it's Shotway. Angelo gonna go with Shotway. I'm giving them who they playing. So that's how we feel too. We're the favorites. No matter what the situation is, they had us down there. They had another play after that too. They had one more play. Yeah, it could have been for going for one or the touchdown, but we stopped it. So it's like you had another bullet in the chamber that you could have probably hit us in the head with. So that's how I feel about it. I definitely got empathize with them, but it ain't. I just don't let it be so high or low. I leave it even kill life, and I approach the game even kill. Because we don't won a lot, and I lost a lot of championship games. Men and women. Me and Trey done lost a championship game together. So you got to just move on, man. I don't let it affect my life that way. It hurts. I might not sleep for a couple days and have a few shots of tequila, and after that, I'm on to the next thing. But I do empathize with them. Missed call, it happens. The refs are human. The only thing you do going forward, don't let the game be hanging in the balance like that. Do what you got to do to beat your opponent. That's it. Because we still had chances after that.
Angelo, you have now jumped into the arena of coaching women. You know how emotional that can be.
Yes,
how do you think you would help your ladies deal with that situation?
Well, I'm coaching young ladies, so they're not women yet, but I'm coaching high school. So, but I think it's the same principle, but it's a situation like this is tough, right? For multiple reasons, but for like this particular game, the impact that it would have had for that particular team to beat a perennial powerhouse it can be a shift, a parallel shift in your organization. You know what I mean? I go way back when we won our first championship, man. I still remember it vividly. We beat 93 Octane. 93 Octane was a perennial powerhouse. You know what I mean? When Hurt was doing
his thing.
Hurt, hey man, you know what I mean? And we won this game at the end of the game on a Hail Mary. You know what I mean? But that shift changed our organization.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
You know what I mean? That was the shift that we needed. So it can be very detrimental. You know what I mean? Now, how you get with your team and recover from that and keep them organized, that's going to be the challenge of a good coach. A good coach has to get them back together to let them recognize where you were, you know what I mean, what this meant, what you could have done. And you're going to talk about, this was taken from us, but now we got to go back and get it that much more. Now we really want to see Storm again. You know what I mean? Because we left this, the refs took this, but now we also know we can compete with anybody. You know what I mean? But you got to really build them up at this point so that they don't take that loss and drop their heads. You know what I mean? You can't drop your head now. You know what I mean? You can be pissed. Use that pissed off as energy and emotion.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Because again, and they had another controversial play with the touchdown in the back of the end zone when Doe called, said they didn't have enough people on the line of scrimmage. You know what I mean? That was, because I thought he called, she went past the line of scrimmage. You know what I mean?
I thought she did too. I thought she passed the line at first. Yeah.
But when I heard the call was not enough people on the line, I was like, you got to throw that flag immediately at the snap. You can't. That can't be a late flag. You know what I mean?
Right.
That flag needs to come right now. You know what I mean? That's when I respect refs that, and I tell them that all the time, man. If you throw a flag right now, I'm good with it. But if I see you throw the flag after I just heard the coach yell it out, the other team yell out, then come on, man. How do I respect that call?
Very influential.
You know what I mean? I can't respect that call now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but you gotta, but shout out to Gates and shout out to that team, man. They
For sure.
They battled.
Shout out to all the ladies for sure.
Yeah, man.
Do y'all thing.
That was a championship game to watch. I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. It was great defense on both sides. Both sets of ladies wanted it bad. You know what I mean? And I hate to see it how it ended. I hated that it ended that way. I really hate it ended that way.
Because it you have players that, sometimes things like this can be the tipping point that send people off to the be like, you know what, I'm hanging it up. I can't deal with this no more.
All that.
But yet, had they won, they sticking around to try to see what we can do again, and is this the start of something and things like that. So I feel extremely bad for them that it happened like this, because it seems like, and this is how a team can feel that the chips are stacked against them because of the calls.
Sure.
Because of things that, it's unfortunate, especially since now that we have video that see it wasn't what it was.
Well, it makes teams feel, especially teams that are underdogs, make them feel like, see, they don't want us to win. You know what I mean? It becomes a conspiracy.
Because I know, of course, I was accused of wanting Storm to win.
Yeah, I heard it over and over again as well.
So let me say this: if any team that wins the championship, I have to think of something to say to make that moment special for them, right? So I'm never gonna get up there and be like, "These people won." You know what I'm saying? There was one time in the history of the league where I laughed because I was shocked. But other than that, I still said something nice about them, and it's on tape. When 4-4, sixth time, you know what I'm saying, or fifth time, when Gas won that, whatever I'm gonna say something to be memorable for them. So please don't take it because I said something that sounded nice that I had a favorite. Because at the end of the day, I don't care who wins the championship, right? I just don't care.
Right.
But in reality, I tell people this all the time. If somebody other than the top dog win it, that's even better for the league.
It's better for the league.
It's
more
better
parity. More parity.
it
100%.
makes it so much better for the league when somebody other than 4-4 wins the league. But so I really don't have no dog in the fight. I could care less. That's why when I'm out there at these games, I never stay on one sideline too long. Because if I stay on one sideline too long,
it's a conspiracy.
I'm over there. So I go back and forth because I want to see the game, but I want to see it from different angles. Most of the time I stay in the middle of the field, but I want to see stuff. So, I
do want to add one thing. I got a lot of respect for, obviously Angelo and Shotwave, because they have 10 people and they still hard to beat. You feel what I'm saying? If the quarterback ain't that, it's still hard to beat.
Battle with.
That's something. It just so in seeing that, all these years now, because they ain't never have more than 15 these days.
It's been a while.
But seeing that, I kind of took that mantra because let's face it, and good game, Gates and Vibe. I'm pretty sure we'll see y'all again. To definitely go through what we went through. At that point, we were 6-0, and to go 4 games without Kazi and Lil T, to go 4 games in the regular season without those 2 players was tough. This was probably the toughest coaching job I had to do. Yeah. To go 10-0, I'm serious, and then to go into playoffs and to do that and to throw players in positions they not used to being in, to be a quarterback in that situation. And there's no excuse now why we struggled, but you missing Kazi and T, that's a lot to replace. That's just like Trey and his quarterback. I mean, you lose that. We lost Montel. You saw what happened to GE. Right. We was out there playing pickup ball. So it's no knock on the guy that came behind him. He's just that good, right? Yeah, it's real. So to lose a player like Kazi and T for those 4 games and then the playoffs, it was tough. It was tough emotionally for the players, for me, because I'm so used to seeing them ladies. And it was tough for them. They came and watched the championship game. But I just want to say shout out to the Storm. That was great to pull that together, to go undefeated without them. Just shows what kind of morale you guys have, and that goes a long way. Playing with them and without them, we think we got a chance to win. So I got motivated by seeing Shotway do it with like 10, 12 people. I ain't even saying there don't matter. You still got to knock them out because they still in the game in the second half. You're like, damn, they got 8 people. We still beat them.
That's why it's always a great battle.
It's always a great battle. You know what I'm saying? So I want my team to have that same DNA. No matter who there, like nothing changes. Like we still gonna be the favorites, do it, and they did it. So proud of them ladies. Alyssa, you did a great job. Awesome game. Just that's the way football should be played. Yeah.
And the winning score was perfectly timed. That call was perfectly timed. Use your lineman. I mean, she had the size. It was perfectly timed, man. And she just wasn't nothing she could do about it. She threw that ball right up high enough for it. Yeah. It was a perfectly timed call, man. So congratulations, Storm.
Yeah, appreciate it. First time ever going undefeated. So
that's big. Major shout out.
Congrats,
yeah,
man.
No doubt.
Appreciate it. That was tough.
Got to get up out of here.
Okay.
Appreciate you, Trey. Dang on dog, boy.
Come over there to Coach Smooth.
Yes.
So yeah,
Peace and love,
Hey, man.
everybody.
Congratulations, brothers. Congratulations again, 4-4. 6-time champions. We ain't mad at you.
yeah. So that so that's how our our fall 2025 season ended. 2 new champions from the previous season that we had.
So league-wise, this is y'all won the league. How many league championships y'all have?
This is our second one.
Okay.
And the last time we won the league, we was in five-star. We beat APOC in the
That
championship
was
game.
your first time actually beating APOC.
First time we ever beat APOC. They weren't defeated at that time.
Y'all beat Bama and APOC that season.
Yeah.
That's right. We did that celebration. Yeah. Okay.
It's like you were saying, that was a big change for us.
Momentum swing right there.
Oh, huge. Huge to beat Bama
You beat
and
two big
APOC.
dogs.
Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was.
It's a level of confidence, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, we ready now.
Yeah, we think we can beat anybody. Then we went up there and battled, lost to Lady Elite 6-0. We like, okay.
Yeah.
We got something special brewing.
That's what's up.
So now we head in the morning to Halloween Havoc.
Halloween Havoc.
Kicks off at 8 a.m. We're at Noonday Park in Kennesaw, Georgia. There's going to be, there's already been one scheduled adjustment. There'll probably be a second one due to teams unable to make the trip, but not major. Not major. One's already out. But other than that, we expect to have a great day today. I'm exhausted, Angelo. I'll tell y'all a story. So for some people, they saw yesterday I was in Philadelphia. I flew up to Philly. So I went to bed about 3 o'clock in the morning because I was trying to finalize stuff for Havoc. And then I flew out at 6. I had to get to the airport at 6:45 in the morning. Flight was delayed, so I sat up in the airport till around 10:15, get to Philly. The plan was supposed to get there at 9 in the morning, go sleep, get up, go party. But that didn't happen because I sat in the airport. Anyway, about 4:30, I get down to the stadium. We're about to head into the inside of the Lincoln Financial Field, and I get a call from Parks and Rec in Cobb County telling me that it's rained all week up at the field, and there is probably a 90% chance that we won't be able to use the fields on Saturday. They just left the field and there was standing water because it had rained in Kennesaw. Even though Marietta didn't rain, Atlanta didn't rain, all around it, but it rained at the field. Bad.
That's what they mean when they say scattered showers.
And it was scattered right there. And so I was like, Jesus, it's 4:30. The day's about to end and I'm in another state. I'm like, I don't have an emergency to pull off in Philadelphia. So, but once 5 o'clock hit, it was nothing I could do. So I just went, enjoyed the game, flew back out at 5 in the morning. Plane left at 5:15. So the plan was to come back, get a little bit of rest, get ready for, trick-or-treating for the kids, and then come up here. Well, I didn't get to do that. I spent all morning trying to figure out where we're going to play at. Calling this, calling in favors, calling in this. The policy changed in April, so now, we got to have this. It's too short notice, it was all kinds of just stresses. And then at 1 o'clock, I get a call from Kyle Parks and was like, well, actually, the sun's been out all day. The temperature rose. So the maintenance supervisor talked. We're going to go ahead and open the fields because they're fine now. So
God is good, huh?
I was like, but the stress that was putting on me,
I can imagine.
Because I'm like, people just don't know all of the behind the scenes stuff that go on when you run a league and you run in tournaments and things that the fires that you got to put out so that people never knew that building was on fire.
Right.
But so that really took about a week's worth of rest off my body trying to deal with that at the last minute.
Yeah. Tough.
Yeah. But we got a place to play.
That's what's up.
Got a place to play. So please forgive me in advance if I'm moving a little bit slow in the morning. I'm tired in advance. And then, the fields couldn't be painted because the park was closed all week. And then I couldn't give him an answer on Thursday because it rained and it was still,
Yeah.
But, I text him around 3 o'clock this afternoon, and I'm like, I just can't physically go and do it today. I'm just exhausted. So, but he went and got that done. So we did get the fields lined. So you might, the 8 o'clock game, y'all might just play off the lines. I might not have the cones there. I'm going to do my best, but the lines are there. The numbers are there. So, yeah.
But Halloween Havoc kicks off in the morning.
It kicks off in the morning.
Everything keep going, don't it?
Right.
Keep going.
Off in the morning.
It's still Halloween Havoc. Was it? It's still Halloween Havoc?
Well, it's still Halloween. I still call it Halloween Havoc
okay.
this year.
Okay, because right after Halloween.
Right here at the cusp.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, we still Halloween Havoc.
That's what's up. So you got first thing in the morning.
So first we have our 7-man. 7-man will run from 8 a.m. through 2 p.m. And we have on field 4. We have at 10 a.m. we have ATL Warriors at Blackhawks, and then at 11 we have Gada at ATL Warriors, and then at 12 we have NOLA Blackhawks at Gada. On field 6, we have They Hate Us at Georgia Raiders. We have at 9 a.m. Georgia Raiders at LOZ. At 10 a.m. we have Fades Are Us at They Hate Us. At 11 a.m. we have LOZ at Wolfpack. And at 12 we have Wolfpack at Fades Are Us.
This is sevens?
This is sevens.
Okay.
So just real quickly for you guys, when you get to the field, you're going to park in the parking lot. You have to walk across a little wooden bridge because it goes across the little creek. The field immediately there to your left is field 6. Field 4 is down towards in the back on the right. Field 5 will be in between the two. So that's just how you know where to go. But then there's also big signs on the poles that say 4, 5, and 6. So hopefully, please don't come to me and ask me where it's at when it's just right there. And I just informed you how to get to it. Right after 7s, we'll go into 8s. On field 4, we'll have Storm at Rage at 1:15. At 2:20, we'll have Rage at APOC. And at 3:25, we'll have APOC and Storm on field 4. On field 6.
Get the matchup after all.
On field 6, we'll kick off with our 8-man. We'll have DOA at PNF at 1:15. We'll have Raiders and DOA at 2:20. We'll have PNF at Big Swamp at 3:25. We'll have Big Swamp at Raiders at 4:30. And we'll have Georgia Elite at LOZ at 5:35.
Good one.
Then in the center field on 5A, starting at 3 o'clock, we'll have our 5-man non-contact. We'll have Justice League at Gada on 5A, Tigers and Trojans at 3:35 on 5A, and then at 4:10 we'll have Trojans and Justice League on field A. Over on field 5B, we'll have Wolfpack and Jackie-Ho at 3 p.m., Gada and Wolfpack at 3:35, and Jackie-Ho at Tigers at 4:10. And then on field 4 at 4:30, we'll move back into our 8-man. We'll have LOZ hosting Outsiders with special additions on each team.
I'm sure.
At 5:35, we'll have Outsiders at Georgia Smoke. At 6:45, we'll have Rare Form at Georgia Elite. At 7:45, we'll have Georgia Smoke at Wolfpack. And at 8:50, we'll have a Wolfpack at a Rare Form. Then back on 5 in the middle field at 4:45, we'll have our ladies 5 women non-contact. We'll have Let's Get It versus Alpha Legends on 5A. Then on right after that, at 5:20, we'll have Alpha Legends at Bad Intentions. On field 5B, we'll have Bad Intentions at The Truth at 4:45. And then at 5:20, we'll have The Truth at Let's Get It. At 5:55, field 5A and B will proceed to the playoffs for the men. They'll run through 7:10. Then at 8:50, our ladies 5 non-contact will go into their playoffs, and their championship will concede at 9:30. So our 5s will finish up on Saturday, so that on Sunday we're just focused on our 7s and 8s. And then over on field 6 at 6:40, we'll close out our women. At 6:40, we'll have Rocky City Lady Patriots at Looney Tunes. How you feel about that name? And then at 7:45, we'll have Looney Tunes at Ground Zero. And then to close out the night for the ladies at 8:50, we'll have Ground Zero at the Rocket City Lady Patriots.
Could get some out of town teams for the ladies in Halloween Havoc. That's pretty cool.
Yes, so that is our complete schedule for Saturday.
Sounds like some good football.
Yeah. We definitely have some good games going on. Please remember, put your players on your roster. The rosters are visible and everyone will see them. We do not want to have anyone with ineligible participation. Please sign the roster. Even if you don't even think she gonna be there, sign it. If he say he gonna miss the first game, sign it. Put him on the roster.
Hey. All you can do is tell them.
That's it. That's it. You gotta do what you gotta do.
It's real out there. That sounds some good football though, man. The 8s, both men and women, should be extremely competitive. I don't know a lot about the 7 teams, so I can't really comment on them, but they like some real competitive football. And all these are pool play games for the whole tournament, correct? Okay.
This is all except for the 5s. That's pool play and championship.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but the rest of them are all
From 3
game guaranteed.
3
pool
to
play.
6, it's their pool play.
Okay.
And then from 6 to 9, it's the playoffs. But they still get their 3 pool play.
They still get it's all pool play tournament.
Yeah.
Okay. That's be interesting. Especially for the 8s, you know what I mean?
You have a favorite? Just based on name alone?
And which division we talking about?
We
And
can
the
start
8 and
with
the men?
8 man.
Name alone, I would say that outside of Georgia Smoke would be your favorites going in based on league play. You know what I mean? But tournament play, it's gonna be some pickups. You don't know who gonna have who. You know what I mean? 'Cause it's gonna be some pickups. So balances can be changed either way. So, but yeah, just name alone, I would say those would be the favorites going in. But one thing about pool play, come Sunday, it's single elimination.
Hey, that is true. That is true.
Single elimination is what it is.
I've seen plenty undefeated pool play lose in the first round on Sunday.
100%. So that's a game changer. So yeah, but I think it's gonna be an interesting tournament though, for sure.
Especially when your players don't show up for that first game.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, I hate we missing this one, but that's what it is.
All right. Well, I will see everybody on the field tomorrow. We have concessions by Stacy's Kitchen and Taz's Grill, and hot chocolate provided by 5 Star. It's gonna be cold. But
So Kazi won't be. She's not playing the tournament either.
I don't think she is. She might be. I don't know. I'll know tomorrow. But we're preparing. That she probably won't be. But nothing. They obviously the objective's still the same.
No, I 100%. I was just curious based on the matchups. I was curious how that would fold. We not
about 5 minutes.
Hey, shout out to you.
Dwayne has it. He'll bring it to the field. I'll bring it to the field in the morning. I'll have it.
Shout out to Tyree. Tell him I'll be here. I'll be here.
Okay.
I'll be up after we
Low
finish.
got it.
Yeah, tell me be just.
Come get it. Low get it.
But shout out to Tyree, man. Tyree made his retirement announcement. Yeah, Tyree said he's playing Havoc and Nationals, but it was his last league play. At the Nationals, he's officially throwing his cleats over the what was the light pole power line.
So that's what those people retire and throw the cleats.
Yeah, throw the cleats on the power line.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He said after he's doing Havoc and he's doing Nationals, and then he's letting it go. So shout out to you, Tyreek. Great career, fella.
Angelo, congratulations on the Hall of Fame.
Thank you, sir.
James, congratulations. I'm sitting up here with 2 Hall of Famers. I really, I'm really honored to be on the panel with you guys. So congratulations, well deserved. Well deserved.
Appreciate it, future Hall of Famer. We appreciate you.
Right.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much. Again, get those tickets. You can go to my Facebook page. You can go to the 5-Star website. The Hall of Fame induction is on Saturday, November 22nd. So get your tickets now. Also, the League Awards will be there. Next week, you'll see the candidates. I just been too busy with tournament and all other things, but all the League Award candidates will be posted. And, of course, you'll find out the winners at the awards, as always.
Lee says definitely coming to eat. Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. Most people probably didn't read. But if you did read, you would have seen that the catering is being done by celebrity chef, who is the chef for the NFL and the NFL Players Association.
Wow.
So
it's big time.
Her name is Miss Lori McGree. And she said next year when we do it, she'll bring out some of her friends, like Richard Sherman and some of those people, things like that.
Dope.
And I might have a little player in my backyard that I might be bringing out. So, but yeah, the food's gonna be good.
Oh yeah,
food's gonna be good.
Well, I'm certainly gonna be there.
Yeah,
want to hear these speeches into the Hall of Fame.
So I'm glad you brought that up.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Angelo Red. You
working on that speech, Angelo? You working on that speech?
That's it.
So for all of my
2 minutes, I like to
inductees,
condense. So we got.
we would love to be able to give you unlimited time, but unfortunately, we don't have unlimited time. We have to go within the time constraints that the facility gives us. Also, the time constraints to make people focus, because I think once you start
rattling
3.5, 4 hours, people start getting unbothered.
Thanks.
So, your Hall of Famers, you have 2 minutes for your inducting speech. So condense all of your many accolades, awards, and things you do into 2 minutes. DJ PJ will be on site to cue the music to drown you out if you go past those 2 minutes. We'll have somebody.
You have a clock?
I'm gonna say we have somebody with the clock to let you know the countdown is on. If you are going to have someone to introduce you, that person has 1.5 minutes. So in total, your whole process will be 3.5 minutes. Okay, please don't ask me for extra time because it's something special. Understand. We are on a time frame and we have to be out of the facility. That's what it is. So, but I'm pretty sure that, there's a lot of nice things that can be said in 3.5 minutes. Because that's really a long time.
For sure.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Hey, well, congratulations again to Storm for the league championship. Congratulations again to 404 for their 6th league championship. Yeah. Good luck to everybody playing in Halloween Havoc, man. It should be some good football. We'll see what the celebration look like. Hopefully, It's a bunch of local teams, so there should be no excuse why somebody don't win it here.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Should be no excuse, man. So, Smooth, any closing remarks, brother?
No, congratulations again, 4-4, and great team, and let's go out here and try to. Hopefully, I'll be on the panel next week doing the same thing, celebrate another championship. That's the goal.
That's right. Hopefully 2 times, huh?
2 times, man.
Both your teams in here be super dope, wouldn't it?
Oh man, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, well, actually 3.
Oh, really?
He
Got
coaching
3?
3 teams.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay. Anything else, James?
No, that's it. That's it for me.
Hey, man. Well, with that being said, man, good congratulations to the champions. Good luck to everybody tomorrow morning and Sunday. ATL Flag Football Podcast, man. 5-Star Sports, and we out. Peace.
Yeah.